Hey everyone, and welcome to Arizona. I just spent a week driving around this beautiful state, but unfortunately, it's time to leave. Today I'll be flying out of Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport with American Airlines on my way back to Newark. The airport was busy this morning, but we ran into other problems when the ticket machine didn't print our luggage tags. An American Airlines employee directed us to the customer assistance queue, where they didn't seem too happy to assist us. When we reached the counter, we were greeted by an employee who obviously wasn't having a good day. The lady had trouble locating our baggage reservations and asked for our receipt. When I took out my phone to show her the email receipt that I had, she rudely told me to put my phone away without even looking at it. Eventually, she printed some baggage tags and sent us on our way. The whole episode was bizarre, but the bad attitudes didn't end there. As I was making my way through security, some of the TSA agents apparently woke up on the wrong side of the bed too, with one baggage screener making some snarky little comment about the fact that I was traveling with 2 laptops. Sky Harbor touts itself as America's friendliest airport, but unfortunately that wasn't on display today. In fact, all the bad attitudes made me feel like I was right back at home in New York. To be fair though, I think this was just a one-off, as the staff were very friendly when we arrived in Phoenix a week earlier, and it was really busy this morning. Anyway, that's enough complaining from me for a while. This morning's 4.5-hour flight to the East Coast will be aboard an A321. The particular plane I'll be flying on is an A321NEO though, and American's customers haven't received this new aircraft very well. I'm still looking forward to this flight though, because it's always nice to fly on a new plane. Today I'll be sitting in seat 36A, which is all the way in the back of the aircraft. The seating situation is a major point of contention for a lot of passengers. American crammed 196 seats in, 20 first class, 47 extra legroom, and 129 standard economy seats where I'll be today. On the positive side though, the overhead bins are huge and can fit any type of carry-on bag. This ended up being a pretty full flight, but we still ended up leaving the gate on time. Phoenix is a hub for American Airlines, and they carried almost 46% of this airport's passengers in 2019. In the background, you can see some KC-135R Stratotankers. These planes are part of the Arizona Air National Guard and are pretty impressive to look at.
Prepare for takeoff.
Now that we're up in the air, let's have a closer look around. As I mentioned before, American packed in practically all the seats they could manage, and as a result the seat pitch was reduced, and the seats are a slimline design that have less padding. Personally, I really didn't find it to be that uncomfortable. The headrest was nice, and I appreciated the amount of recline. I also love that each seat had its own universal outlet, and the tray table was sturdy enough to support laptops. It's true that there's no seatback IFE system, but these little shelves do a pretty good job of holding your phone or tablet, and there's a USB port located right here to keep them charged. I also thought the storage pouch was well designed, and having individual air vents and reading lights is always a plus. But I'm sure that plenty of you watching this right now have already flown aboard this plane, or one of American's Maxes, or the retrofitted 737-800s that have similar cabins. So let me know below if you love or hate this new cabin. After takeoff, we ran into a lot of turbulence, so the snack service was a little delayed. Once we were through it though, the flight attendants handed out some Biscoff cookies and a drink. Meal services on these longer transcontinental flights are an area where all US carriers seem to fail. I mean, 2 cookies on a flight from Arizona to New Jersey just isn't enough, and there wasn't even a buy on board service available either. Hopefully one day proper meal services will make a comeback on these flights. There's 4 lavatories on this plane, and they're all pretty cramped. although I still think the ones on the MAX are smaller. In terms of in-flight entertainment, you can either look out the window or stream American's complimentary selection of movies, TV shows, and live TV. Everyone seems to hate this, but I really didn't mind. It was really easy to connect to the Wi-Fi, and there was a huge variety to choose from. After watching a movie on my phone, the captain announced that we'd be making our descent soon, and the flight attendants prepared the cabin for landing.
Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off, and keep the aisles clear of all carry-on items. Take a moment to check your seat back pocket for any personal items, like tablets and cell phones. When you open the overhead compartment, be careful, as items may have moved in flight. And thank you for choosing American Airlines.
Despite what happened at the airport, this ended up being a really nice flight. The flight attendants did a great job and were nothing like their counterparts on the ground. I also enjoyed flying on the NEO. Yeah, it was a little tight, but I still found it to be comfortable enough throughout the entire flight. And that'll do it for this trip report. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.